Hello guys, welcome back with me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. The Jones Act is a federal law that gives seamen a statutory right to sue their employer for personal injury damage. However, a seaman must spend at least 30% of their time working on a vessel to qualify for the Jones Act. Not only does the Jones Act provide the seaman a statutory right to sue their employer, it also eases the burden of proof needed to prove causation between the employer's negligence and the seaman's injury. Under the Jones Act, the employer's negligence only needs to play a part in the seaman's injury rather than being a proximate cause. The Jones Act also incorporates aspects of the Federal Employment Liability Act. In particular, claims filed in a state court under the Jones Act are not removable to federal court. The Death on High Seas Act. When the death of an individual is caused by a wrongful act or neglect occurring on the high seas, the Death on High Seas Act guarantees that a personal representative of the descendant can bring a claim. The Saving the Suitors Clause. Federal law established exclusive jurisdiction for admiralty and maritime cases in the federal district courts absent any language indicating the contrary within a statutory created right, such as the Jones Act. However, the Saving the Suitors clause reserves any non-admiralty remedies that may be available to an individual. An example of an admiralty remedy is a suit in which the claim is brought against the ship. Longshore and Harbor Workers' Compensation Act. Federal law created certain statutory rights to employees who are not necessarily seamen but nonetheless work in harbors or vessels that are under repair or being built. This law covers longshore works, ship repairs, shipbuilders or shipbreaker, and harbor construction workers. Moreover, the injuries must occur on navigable waters or an adjoining area such as dock. This law provides for the payment of compensation and medical care for an individual injured while on the job or survivor benefits. The Outer Continental Shelf Lands Act extends the Longshore and Harbors Worker Compensation Act to employees engaged in offshore drilling on the Outer Continental Shelf. Jurisdiction in maritime law cases. In the US, jurisdiction over admiralty law matters was originally given to the federal courts. However, today most admiralty cases can be heard by both state and federal courts under the Saving the Suitors Clause in Title 28 of the United States Code. Exception, exception to this is any matter involving maritime property. Those cases may not only be tried in federal court. If a state court presides over an admiralty case, the court is required to apply admiralty or maritime law rather than its state law. How does maritime law provide for hurt workers? Without maritime law, injured seamen would be left on their own to counteract the suffering they sustained while working. Anytime a ship employee becomes injured or sick, the vessel owner is required to reimburse their losses. Maritime law refers to this reimbursement as maintenance and cure, meaning that until the seaman fully recovers, the employer must provide for their affliction. The court views this obligation as an unquestionable duty that the ship owner owes any seaman aboard their vessel. Seamen are also eligible to recover full wages for the length of the voyage during which they sustained injuries or illness. An employment, an employment contract may dictate the amount of unearned wages a seaman can receive. Provisions for maintenance and cure. Maintenance and cure refer to the benefits a seaman is entitled to until he or she recovers and is fit for duty. However, there is a maximum medical improvement (MMI) limit that can control the amount of compensation received. Because many ship owners are loath to pay the highest amount possible, they either follow old rates from $15 to $35 a day or regulate cure benefits by handpicking covered medical treatments. The U.S. Supreme Court stated the duty to provide maintenance and cure must be broad and inclusive. In the case of compensation, the seaman is almost always favored when skepticism is involved. Catastrophic maritime injuries. In some instances, an offshore accident can cause injuries that are so serious that they change a person's life permanently. These types of injuries are so notorious that the medical and legal community has a word for them: catastrophic injuries. When a person has this type of offshore injury, the injuries will likely impact the rest of their life. In some instances, certain injuries mean that a person won't be able to earn a living with physical work as they once did. In other cases, it means that every aspect of a person's life impacted by the severity of their injuries. Serious maritime injuries that change lives include traumatic brain injuries, TBI, spinal cord injuries, paralysis, amputation, burn injuries, crush injuries. Often, these offshore injuries require a lifetime of medical care. When workers are suffering from an accident they didn't cause, they deserve compensation for the care that will make their life as comfortable as possible. Maritime burn injuries. One of the most catastrophic injuries that can occur in a maritime accident is a burn injury. If you suffered a burn injury during a maritime accident, it is vital to contact a top-rated Houston maritime burn injury lawyer as quickly as possible. Arnold and Litkin LLP has helped hundreds of injured seamen advocate for their rights, including those who have suffered serious burn injuries while working offshore. Experienced maritime workers know that fires can ignite in most offshore environments. These incidents can lead to severe burn injuries. Jones Act settlement include compensation for the following. Second, third, you are not required to give a record statement. Under general maritime law, ship owners are required to keep their vessel maintained per a certain standard. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.